Hello, everyone. Round of applause, who's hungover? Round of applause, who needs more caffeine? Round of applause, who's ready for some barbecue? There you go. Hello, everybody. My name is Colt McAnlis, and I am your final speaker for today. Thank God. Oh, sorry, no. Oh, that is true. That's true. Yeah, sorry. And today what we're going to be talking about is something near and dear to my heart. Continuous integration for Android performance. Asleep yet? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Don't worry. We'll get there. Again, that's why I asked the hungover and the caffeinated part first. By the way, there's only some days that you get to wake up and make sure that your shirt matches your slides. It's a design decision I made today. Here's the rub with being an Android developer. We're also Android users, right? Which means we implicitly know what it feels like for an app to not be performant, right? We know when we grab our phone and we start scrolling and it's just hitchy, that's not cool, right? We know exactly what it feels like to not be able to get your data fast enough or see that little stupid spinner every time you open the app. We understand that anger, right? Admit it. Raise your round of applause if you've uninstalled an app because it was not performing up to your expectations. Right? And guess what? You need to remember that feeling, right? Of the billions of users on mobile today, they all do that. That is actually why we like to say that perf matters, right? For the individuals who then go to uninstall their application because of performance, we found a correlation of 73%. They're more likely to go give negative feedback in the store because of it. And in fact, they will further go on to tell their friends how crappy their experience was with your application, just because of performance. The correlation is higher for negativity on performance than anything else. From that standpoint, performance is actually a business feature more than it is a bunch of bald guys yelling about enums on the internet. I see some of y'all in here. I'll get to you in a minute. That's why we like to say that performance is hard. You know, I'm sorry. I just realized something. I'm giving a California keynote in Texas. Hold on. All right, now let's try this again. We're going to start this at top here. I came here to do two things today. Number one's to kick ass, and number two is to give a keynote. My keynote's almost over. Now listen here. We got two things on the agenda besides that. Keynote, performance, barbecue. Listen, performance is hard, y'all. That slide translated pretty well, in my opinion. Performance is hard. Look at all this crap you got to do, right? First off, there is just a gazillion of devices out there you got to worry about. I mean, people got devices attached to the cattle, attached to the watches now. I even saw in Cavender someone had a smart boot. Don't know what it does, but it's out there, and you got to worry about performance on it, right? And then the problem is, if he does have a problem with his smart boot when he's out in the fields hunting quail, you can't repo the performance problem. Little do you know that there was a quail attached to his boot when he experienced that hitchiness. But that don't mean he ain't gonna give you a bad review for it. So as a developer, it's hard for you to find these performance bugs, right? Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Whew. We're going to milk that one. In addition to that, when you do get the bug and can finally actually repo the damn thing, you got to go do it manually. You got to hit the button and run the tool and get the information and figure it out and then hand it back to someone else who tells you you're stupid because there wasn't a quail in the testing environment. I keep a well-stocked cupboard of quail, by the way. It's a delicious animal if you ain't been quail hunting this season. The issue with that, though, is that even though you do this manual profiling, the tools are hard. I mean, listen, they're more complex than a snub-nosed bull inside of a cotton field. I mean, come on now. So even when you can do the manual profiling, you got to go through all this bullshit to try to get through it. And the reason that the tools are so complex is that the dadgum system's complex, right? I mean, we're talking about stacking a bull on top of a hayfield inside of a barn. You can't just do that. You can't just walk in one day and be like, I'm going to stack some bulls. No, you got to plan it, and you got to get some diagrams. You got to get Chet there, and Chet's got to talk about it, and then he tells you you can't check in your damn code because it ain't compliant to readability. And I'm like, I just want to stack a damn bull today, okay? But you can't do it because it's too complex, and that's all right. I can forgive that. But performance is difficult because of it. And of course, the final problem is actually going in and making the damn changes to fix the performance issues that you realize the smart boot was having with that stupid quail out in the field. Stupid quails. Now, don't get me wrong. We're here in Texas, and we enjoy a little manual labor. Am I right? Gonna get hell yeah. Wait, first off, who here is actually from Texas? All right, who's here from Oklahoma? Y'all go back. Y'all, Arkansas? Oh, y'all right. Bless your heart, honey. Bless your heart. Oh, I'm sorry. Oklahoma. All right. So this is the reason that performance is dadgum hard. It's too difficult to build our applications in a performant manner because of these things. And I got to tell you what, this is the whole reason we started the Android Performance Patterns product. Joanna, this is where you're supposed to clap and get them all started. No, just do it now, please. Thank you. Good help's hard to find. This is the reason we started this whole initiative, because it's too damn hard to get the performance of your applications right. And we started this almost a year ago now. We started putting the videos online in January. So let's see what our little hodum group has done in the process here. Nope, that was wrong. I gave you a sheet with a timestamp on when you're supposed to do it. Can you just look at the sheet, please? Bless her heart, she tries so hard. So listen, actually doing the work. Listen, we can't help you with that. You got to go out there, you got to get your hands dirty, right? I mean, if you're going to be baling hay, you got to bale hay. You can't get a machine to bale the hay for you because that ain't Southern. I can't help you with that. That's on you. But the complexity of the system, now that's something I can help with. Again, trying to get a bull stacked on top of a hen inside of a barn, it just doesn't work that way. That's why this bald man on the internet's been yambling so much, right? The systems are so complex and it's so difficult. You know what it's like? It's like you getting a burger and then asking the waitress what color the bull was so you can understand the temperature of the meat. Right? It don't work that way. You need somebody to sit there and tell you how it's actually going to work. And that's what these videos have been doing. So from our perspective, we got you covered there. The complexity of the system is all in the videos. We've been trying to explain it to y'all people, especially y'all from Oklahoma. We know you got some problems. It's okay. We're going to take a little time, explain it to you the right way. From there, though, you got the complex tools. So you can understand what's going on underneath the hood, but you don't know how the dadgum tools work because it's a tennis sneaker or platinum. My graphics guy gave me that. I actually don't know what that would do. Is that the smart boot? Asher? Where's Asher? Asher, is that the smart boot? Did we copyright that logo? No? Or is it a trademark? I forget. Someone said it's a trademark. No? I'm Southern. So the complex tools. So what do we do with that, right? Well, the good news is we've got a whole great team dedicated to actually letting you know how to use these tools. And they're on developers.android.com. We've gone through all of the performance available tools and tried to walk you through how to actually use them to solve your problems. So if you combine the videos to tell you what's going on under the hood, and you take a look at the tooling documentation, y'all should be able to do this, unless you're from Oklahoma or Louisiana. Sorry. Now, the manual and profiling part, let's take a look at that here. Now, that's still a challenge, I'm going to admit. That's something we ain't got around to fixing yet. I mean, it's only been 53 weeks at this point. But we have been making some good changes. This is a systrace tool. Can I get a hell yeah for systrace? Right? Now, in the systrace tool, we understand it's really hard. You got to go in there. You got to click the buttons. You got to understand what them little fandung boxes are doing there. But we added something in there for you if you don't know about. See them little tags up there at the top? Those are alerts. As you do a capture, we're going to analyze your frame information and tell you what's going wrong in them alerts. Now, those pop up like ticks on a mule deer, right? Or when you click on one of them, down on the... Something I missed on that one? It's just a mule deer. They're out in the field out here everywhere. You never pick ticks off a deer? Okay. You click on one of them, it's going to tell you at the bottom the problem that we found and how you can go fix it. It's kind of like a runtime lint, right? So we can help you take your analysis and get a little bit more automation in finding out where the dadgum problems are. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. Check, can I get a hell yeah?
Hell no.
I'm going to make you wear the hat. So we can't really fix that, but we're making strides there. So what about this difficult to repo part? That's actually a little complex, right? Because the issue is on the Google Play console, we can give you some really good information, but most of it's catered towards crashes, right? Some form factor of Android development crashes because some person actually tried to use a duckbill to communicate with his device, and boom, there you go. We don't really have a lot of good information there with respect to how to repo performance information. That really hurt my mouth to say that time. Performance. Joanna, round of thank you. So we can't really do that one. Now, the different devices. Let's get real here for a minute, because we've been not real so far. So I'm sure you've all seen a picture like this on the internet. It's more popular than them Bieber pictures that are out there now. Bless his heart. He needs some church. That's as much as I can say about that with my PR people watching. But let's be honest about this. Yeah, there's a lot of form factors, and this is fan-goddamn-tastic. You want to know why? Because this allows your constituents to get to your application at every at every price point and form factor that they need. Individuals can make the opportunity choice to figure out if they want the Quail Smart Boot or the $3 million phone in their hand. This is fantastic, but it does create a problem for you as an individual on what you actually test your performance on. So we can't really help you with that either. But the good news is when you look at these three things that we haven't been able to solve as the Android Performance Patterns Initiative over the past year, hopefully some of y'all see a pattern here, right? Oklahoma, you see a pattern? They ain't left yet, so I'm guessing they're still with me. See, those are pictures moving on the screen. So, we love you, Oklahoma. When you look at these, you realize that there's already a solution out there from a technological advanced perspective that solves this, and it is called automated testing. Hell yeah for automated testing. Yeah. Raise your hand if you use automated testing right now. Okay, that's all right. Whoa, wait a minute. Put your hands back up. Hold on. Why are they all sitting over here? That's a Gaussian distribution of people who actually test their damn code. Why are y'all just showing up late? Is that what happened? Y'all are the preventative programmers, right? And y'all just do this shit ad hoc. Is that what's going on here? I just put some duct tape on it and ship it. We'll blame the performance man if it ain't right. That's okay. Hell yeah. We gonna go drinking later, boy. So the truth is that automated testing solves this problem for you. But we got a problem with that, is that automated testing ain't never really been applied to performance. We do the testing to be able to clicky the button and figure out where it crashes with the duck bill. That's a weird test. I had to get a duck, and I had to harness it in. It's all quacking like quack, 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 right? And you can't tape its bill closed because you have to feed it. But she gets quack, 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 quack. But then you put on one of them little dippers right there, and so he gets mad and starts pecking at the screen if it put little feed pictures on it. And that's how we got our testing done in the South. I hope you all got a better version of that. Well, that's what y'all use, right? That's called duck testing. Hashtag duck test. Automated testing solves this, but we haven't had a chance to apply it to the performance realm. I mean, in reality, this is what you want, right? You want some sort of automated UI test that can be run through a bunch of different scenarios and devices and provide for you performance information. Now, if you had something like that, what could you do with it? If you had the ability to run continuous integration tests and get performance data from it, what could that actually give you? Well, first off, you can actually watch the performance health of your application over time. Hell yeah. Number two is you can figure out how those performance metrics correlate to money. Money? Money? No. ZZ Top, anybody? Am I too old for that? I see some beards longer than mine in here. I can't be that old. Although I do have the least hair, except for that guy. We're getting a beer later, too. You can actually track how your performance actually adheres to your monetization metrics, and y'all love money, right? Round of applause for money. Round of applause for barbecue. Aaron, I think you may have a nice barbecue money trade commission going on here. The nice thing you can also see is how your memory on your device fluctuates based upon the duck testing UI changes. So you can actually see that clicking a button actually has these ramifications of performance across your environment. And finally, you could actually be able, when someone actually submits a change list, to be able to tell them that they're stupid because it actually caused performance problems. You could track that down right to the exact CL in your GitHub. Hell yeah. But again, the problem is we don't have this built, which is why I am tickled pink, ladies and gentlemen, to announce today, y'all gonna build it. We got one of the fanciest code labs our team could come up with at 12:15. Y'all gonna build continuous integration environment for performance for your applications. Hell yeah. She's trying too hard now. It's okay. She did spend a little time in Oklahoma, although she is from Texas. So a Googler was stabbed to death today for insinuating that someone from Texas was from Oklahoma. May he rest in peace. But the truth is, we're not done there. Not only are y'all going to be able to go to this code lab and build the environment to test your apps in a performant manner so you can make more money on the back end and tell them people checking in code they're messing with your performance, but we can't stop there because there's still a fantastic amount of different Android devices out there that you need to run this code on. And we know that you can't get all of them devices in your pocket, in your environment that you're testing on top of your desk, which is why we got a second code lab today about how to use Google Cloud Test so you can get your performance running application in an automated environment on the cloud. Can I get a hell yeah? Uh-oh. You from Oklahoma? Hell no. Oh. We will pray for you. So this is going to bring me to my second topic today. We covered performance. I want to talk about something else real quick. I want to talk about barbecue. That's what we're here for, right? I got to tell you, as hard as performance in, barbecue is damn near impossible. Now, for those of us who've been raised on Southern tradition, you know that barbecue is not just a cooking process. It's about community. It's about family. It's about your cousin who you know ain't right in the head, but you let him in your house on Sunday anyway. That's what barbecue's about. It's about coming together. And I'll tell you what, over the past year, what we've been doing is trying to build one hell of a community. And I got to thank every one of you in the room here today, because y'all been a part of that. Y'all been watching the videos. You've been on the Google Plus community. You've been using the PERFMATTERS hashtag. And I cannot tell you how humbled I am that you're all part of our barbecue. Thank you for that. But let's talk about something real quick. even though y'all wrong. Yeah, if you got the shirt, stand up. Stand up if you got the shirt. 1, 2, 3. Round of applause for these wrong people. Bless their hearts. Bless their hearts. They came today. These are the cousins you invite to the barbecue. Right there. They just stood up. Well done. I got to tell you what. This is what I love more than ever. Y'all can argue with me till I'm pickled in the face. Don't matter. I will sit there and argue with you. Happy as a cat on a hot tin roof. Because this means you're part of our barbecue. It means you're passionate enough about performance and your code base, you're willing to argue with a bald man on the internet. And I know how hard that is. Thank you for being part of all this. Thank you for being and loving performance in everything we do. So I got to tell you, from all the team that work on this, it ain't just me. It ain't just one bald man running around. We got a whole team back at Google HQ. I want you all to give them a round of applause because not all of them are here today. This team works so hard in getting these videos done, the documents done, everything together. They're the ones to thank. I'm just the great-looking man on the internet who gets to talk about it. Hell yeah! Was that guy bald who said that? So with that, I'm going to let you all get to the conference today. We got a fantastic goddamn conference. When y'all go out there, I want you to remember 3 things. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Hey, get some barbecue. Thank you all very much.